Well, hello, everyone, and thank you again for joining us for another daily devotion. We hope that you are having an incredible time celebrating Memorial Day and hope that you are blessed and pray that the Lord is continuing to comfort you and give you the grace and the strength that you need during these days. And I just want to encourage you in this. As you can see, we've been doing some camping. And before you think, oh no, we're going out, we're getting crazy, this is actually in our backyard, and so we decided that we would set up a little campsite in the backyard for Memorial Day and have a little fun with the boys and just chill out and be able to camp out under the stars and teach them a little bit about that life. And I just want to encourage you with something that while we do all these things during this Memorial Day where we camp, we cook out, we go out on the water, I hope that we would take the time to meditate on those that have paid such an incredible sacrifice for us and think about those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice and to defend this country, to give us the freedom to go out and camp and to cook out and to have these times where we can make memories with our families and our friends. And even now during this time of lockdown, even now in this time where things are starting to open back up, and let's just be reminded of the blessing that we have to live in the country in which we live in. Let's be reminded about the blessings that we have been given and afforded each and every day. And I just want to encourage you in that. I want to take you to a passage in John 15. And John 15 is a passage you know well, but it says this, verse 12, it says, "This is my command." I want you to think about the commands of Jesus. I know we don't live under the Old Testament law, but we also at the same time need to be reminded that Jesus Christ gave us a lot of commands to follow as we follow him. And he says this, he says, "This is my command. Love one another as I have loved you." Now think about how Christ loved us. Think about how he laid down his life for us, how he did so much so that we could have salvation in his name. But even beyond that, he tells us that he came to give us life and life abundantly. And so as we live life, he has equipped us for the present moment. He has given us life. He has given us joy in all circumstances. And then he says this, he says, "Love one another as I have loved you." So it's not just that we get to meditate on how he has loved us, but then we get to apply that as we love others, as we reach out and minister to others and sacrifice for others, as we look to others' interests instead of our own, as Philippians 2 says, as we consider others more valuable than ourselves, as we start to consider those that would be considered the least of these actually may be Jesus Christ. And as we serve the least of these, we may be serving Jesus, as it says in Matthew 25. And so, over and over again, this principle of sacrifice is taught to us, that just as what Christ has loved us and shown us the way in that, and it's not just the example, it's the atonement, that like he purchased our salvation. He provided our freedom in his sacrifice. But also that's how we are to love one another. It says, verse 13, "No one has greater love than this, to lay down his life for his friends." And so what a picture of those that have sacrificed so much to in regards to military and in regards to the freedoms that we enjoy here as a nation. Think about that so many sacrificed for a freedom they never got to enjoy. That so many sacrificed for a freedom, a future hope, a place of security, a place of so many blessings that we've talked about. And yet they sacrificed it all so that we may still be enjoying these type of freedoms and blessings that we have. And then it says this, to lay down his life for his friends. I think this may be one of the most overlooked passages of all the word, that the Lord Jesus calls us friends. That he laid down his life for not his servants, for not his people, for not that at a distance kind of language, but instead calls us friends. And then it says this, "You are my friends if you do what I command you." I used to think that this had a little bit of works-based language to it, But I think it's just the opposite. The way I demonstrate that I am a friend of Jesus Christ is by what I do. Now, what I do doesn't make me a friend of Christ because Christ has already secured that in what he has done. He's already laid down his life for his friends. So he, by his work, has called me his friend. Now, I prove that we are friends by doing what he says. And so it's this proof of friendship. I have friends, and when you have friendships, you go that extra mile. You sacrifice. You want to give them the best of what you have, the best of your blessings, so that you get to see their joy and that opportunity. And so today, I hope that you would reflect on this, that it's not just cooking out, it's not just getting on the water, it's not just camping out in this beautiful weather that we're having today. No, it is so much more, because men and women have laid down their lives so that we can enjoy this freedom. And it takes us back to the point of this, that Christ laid down his life so that we can have spiritual freedom for all eternity. And for that, we are eternally thankful. And we not only receive that love, not only do we receive that title of friends, but we apply it by suddenly going out to the world, loving others as we have been loved, forgiving others as we have been forgiven, serving others as we have been served. And we look forward to sacrificing for others as Christ has sacrificed for us. Today, reflect on those who sacrifice so much, but also reflect on the one who sacrificed it all so that we could be free for all eternity. We love you. Be encouraged today, and I hope today you would reflect on the friendship you have with the Lord, and that you would invest your time in doing what he's commanded, not to earn his friendship because it's already been given. We love you. Be encouraged today, and happy Memorial Day. Make sure you thank those that have served. Make sure that we take time to pay respects to those who have sacrificed their life for our freedoms. We love you. Be encouraged. We look forward to seeing you.